Hello my lovelies, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome to the TheCockneyCrafter family. I really appreciate one and all, old and new. I'm glad to have you. So, I've done a couple of different ordered envelopes to the journal I'm working on, the lovely Martha by Denise at Wonderbar Crafts. That's the kit name, Martha. I don't know whether that'd be the journal name, because my Martha is a very different journal to the kit Martha. Martha was Denise's mum, and sadly she passed away earlier on in this year, and the kit is a homage, a tribute, a really lovely sentiment to remember her mum by. The kit is all different bits and bobs relating to her mum. It's wonderful. So go back to my first Martha video, Design Team Project Part 1, and you can see the kit, or go to Wonderbar Craft on Etsy and you can see it there. It's gorgeous. Anyway, doing another ordered envelope, but one a little bit more complicated. So what I want is one, and so it'll be sewn into the signature, and you open up and you'll have a little flap that's held shut, and then another one coming down, and so then you've got all places to store. So I've got a regular letter envelope, and I've took the tiniest sliver off of the top. And I've done all the inking and that, so you ain't got to sit and watch it like paint drying. So yeah, it's a normal letter envelope. I'm not giving measurements because your envelopes might be different. Like, I've got a couple of these. What you need, let's go back to the beginning. What you need is 3 envelopes to start with. Your ones might not be the same as these. I found wage slip envelopes, but you might have ones like this kind of size, you know, that you're going to put in. Like, because what I'm going to do is come in at the bottom there, and then we'll have another flap coming round that we'll do in a minute. But yes, so your envelope might be bigger, smaller, whatnot. So I'm not going to give you measurements, but I will tell you what we need. So our base is 3 envelopes, and like I said, you could have a thinner one like here as your flap. It don't have to be as big as this or the same shape or size. So we need 3 envelopes, and then I've got 2 sides. I haven't scored them yet because I was going to show you, like, we're going to line those up. We're going to line these up with the outer edge, and then we're going to line that up with that, because we don't want to go in too close. These are just about going to fit because it's going to be sewn in. I've got a 1/4 of an inch gap between that envelope and the spine, and that envelope, and like the stitching. So like, that is as tight as I would go. I wouldn't leave a gap no smaller than a 1/4 of an inch either way, because that's got to be sewn in and held in tightly. So you're going to need those, yeah. You're going to need 2 sides that you're going to score in a minute, and will stick to the envelope and come round. You're going to need, right, let me show you, as that comes open, 2 inner bases. Then you're going to need 2 of the envelope outers, one to go on there like that, and the other one obviously around the other sides. You'll need 2 small envelope inner covers that will go on here. That keeps wanting to stick itself. That will go like that, yeah. Then you'll need, well, these are optional. I've got 2 side inner pockets, so these are my sides, and when I open them up, I'm going to have a pocket there. Actually, those ones aren't you're going to need those. If you're doing the same closure as me, you're going to need those 2 side inner pockets. Then we've got 2 small envelope inner pockets, and they're going to go down the bottom here, so when it flaps open like that, come down, you've got a pocket there. And then I've got small envelope outer covers, so they'll be that way, and there's 2 of those. Obviously there's 2 of everything. These are optional. These are inner base pockets, so I'll have my base and then I'll have one of these on each one. This is optional as well, small envelope lining, because I want these to be accessible, so I'm going to cut a little semicircle, and so instead of seeing the plain envelope, I've got a bit of lining, and this is very, very thin paper. And then if I wanted to cut a nick into the outside, I've got large envelope lining. And so that is everything that we need. Oh, and our closures, for me, I'm using magnets, right? So you'll need 4 magnets for this, because the flap will hold this shut as well, so you don't need an additional magnet for these ones. It's not worth it. So you need some strong magnets, because I'll just show you the difference between a good strong magnet and a bit of a rubbish magnet. Right, like these, you think, oh yeah, I bought a big load of these. Right, I do store my dies with these kind of magnets, right? But look, it will pick it up, you see. But if you've got a lot of layers, it won't pick it up. Whereas with these strong little babies, let's get one. They don't want to leave themselves. Did you hear that? It picks it up. Look. You see, through all of those layers. And it's not going to have to work that hard to go through all of them. But if there's one thing in between, these will not pick it up. And remember, although it's not going to be as chunky as all of them put together that I've just all messed up, you are still going to have things like in your pockets and whatnot, you know. So you need a good strong magnet. But if you ain't got magnets and you still want to do this same thing, in the journal I'm working on at the moment, that I'm using one of Denise's kits, there's like these, you know, like that I use for an altered paperclip. And so that would quite easily, if you slipped it on the outer flap or whatever, it would quite easily hold that shut. So yeah, you could use an altered paper clip, an altered bobby pin, whatever you fancied, you know. So that is always an option. So with all that being said, I'm going to tidy up this a bit and we'll get started. Right, so I've tidied up so that I don't get everything confused. And what you're going to want first, you want your envelopes, and we're going to do the side covers that are coming round from the side. So like I said, they need to come round and cover this, or meet flush with that, because you don't want it coming round and half of that still hanging out, you know, it looks a bit untidy. So if we bring that up flush to that, we can see where we want to score. So I'm just gonna do a little line, and then when I'm coming round from the other way, we'll just score again, just draw a line rather, because then we're going to try and line that up with, like, what one would that be? So it comes in between the two. Let's see, round this way, if it's any better. Sort of, right. So, I've scored one side of the line, and then the other side. I've done 2 scores, just to give, like, a little tiny spine, right? So that when it's coming round and it's on top of the other things, it's still coming round like that, and it's just about flush, but yeah, there's a little bit. So we'll try and get the same done here. Oops. And if I go the other side though, then that's a little step nearer. But let's see. These envelopes are quite wide that I'm using, so it just about is okay. So we've done that. We've done 2 scores. You could just score it the once, you know, but I think it just gives it that little bit more room to play about with. So I'm just gonna burnish them lines into being a proper spine. Right. Come on. Right, so now we've got our little tiny, about 1/8 of an inch or whatever it is, less than that, probably a 1/16 of an inch. Right. So, right, now we can get them stuck on, and I think what I'm going to do is just mitre a little bit from that last line, so the one nearest to me, just doing a little taking off the edges so that we haven't got loads of bulk at the edges all hanging out. Oh, 1, 2, and we don't really need it this deep now. I just had the pieces that I just cut off all in one go, and it was like a 12-inch strip. But yeah, we don't need them bits, and it don't matter about how rough and ready you cut them, because you ain't going to see them. So we're going to put them on the outside there, and I'm going to get them stuck down. I was just looking around thinking, what on earth did I do with my glue? So we just get some glue on there. Oh. And make sure that's the top, and just line that up with the edge. And that's our first one, our little side flap, cover, whatever you want to call it. Door. It's like a little door, isn't it? Because it's going to open and be able to stay closed, which is what we want. But yeah, like I said, if you ain't got no magnets, just do it anyway, you know, because you can easily alter a paper clip or that. Look, as you can see with this one, I backed it on some book page to make it a little bit thicker, because I only printed it on copy paper, and I'm just holding that paper clip in place with a little bit of this card just glued down, you know, and then once it's there, it's not going anywhere. So look, you see I've got that same 1/4 of an inch there and there, which is how my envelopes are going to line up. So we'll want them in place, and so I'm closing it first to line it up flush, and then we can get some glue on there and glue it to the back. And same on the other side. I was just checking again that I am still at the top. Oh, the times I do that, stick it upside down so the signature's in upside down, and I was holding that on the back and not the front. What a lunatic. But yeah, I do it all the time. The times when I've just finished sewing in the signature and then thought, ah, oh, I've got to snip the thing now. I've got to snip the thread and take it back out because it's upside down. But yeah, I should check more often. I'm doing it at the minute, but I'm sure by the end of this video there'll be something that I don't check and it ends up wrong and we have to redo it, because that's normally my kind of style. Right, so that is everything at our skeleton, so to speak, of everything we want. Right, so now we want, where's our pockets? Have I already got them out? Yeah. Right, these are our side inner pockets, right, which is these two. And so for our magnets to not be seen, they're going to go under here, right? So I'm going to put them over towards the edge, like towards the back rather. And yeah, I might even put them, no, if I put them right central, no, I'm going to put them up in the top corner. So let's grab two magnets. One, two. I'll put that one just there for a sec. And what I tend to do is I like to use a bit of glossy accents, because once this dries, it dries like a resin, which is much better. I'm just looking. Oh, I've got to get a pin out. Couldn't find one. I just think, yeah, once this dries, it's dried forever, you know, and it is like a resin. So I want to place my magnet probably about there, so it's not too near the edge. And I'm going to go around it with my glossy accents. If you haven't got this, use any glue that you want, because I'll show you in a minute what I do. Right, I do that, right, but then I just get everyday bit of washi, which we know is rubbish at sticking. It's pretty sometimes, but yeah, it's rubbish at sticking. But I'm just going to put normal glue now round and about, and you can skip that glossy accents bit. It is just that I think it gives such a strong bond. And yeah, I've put the glue down, and now I'm putting some tape over my magnet. And the reason being is that with these with the magnet in there and it being a pocket, I don't want things being able to, oh look, I've just unstuck that with my scissors, getting in too close. Right, the good thing about glossy accents is it takes a while to dry. Yeah, right, let's get this back before that other glue dries. Right, stay away. You can't get any metal too close. That's the problem with a strong magnet, but it don't matter. Right. Oh, I'm pulling it about. Right. So that's that. And right, what I am going to do is just grab another bit of paper. Because I don't want things knocking as they're going in and out of my pocket, right? So you ain't got to have it massive, and no one's ever going to see it, but I'm going to glue that whole thing down so that when things are going in and out of the pocket, they don't make my magnet come loose. And don't worry about another layer. I'm not using cardstock this time, it's just normal paper. But yeah, it just kind of will stop that happening. Although I don't always be this careful. On my own journal, I just did it with the washi, and yeah, I've never had a problem. I put things in like the pocket and that, and yeah, the washi like just means they just slide over the washi rather than catching on the magnet. But that is just a bit of like being double safe, isn't it? You know, and that's not going nowhere. The magnet ain't never gonna move now, so that's that one done. And then where is my inner pocket? Then that will go on there, and of course, because it's not one of them flat magnets, you have got a little bump, but as long as you grip and go all around, you ain't going to have a problem. So let's get some glue on our proper pocket. And then, yeah, we can hold it at the edges, you see, where we have got the lump. And once the glue dries, it'll all be hidden. So how are you all? You all well? I'm not doing too bad. I've started feeling a bit better than I was. Oh, I was so tired. I really was. And I think where I was so tired, it was sort of, my brain was just too tired to think and create and that, you know. I was too tired for ideas, if you know what I mean. Now you see, there is a little slight bump there from the magnet, but there's nothing you can do about that. And to be honest, once it's all done and decorated, you're not really going to take any notice anymore. So, where did we have that? Back there. Yeah, we're going to do the same on this side. Oh, no, not that. This one. And yeah, you don't have to do this step. You can see I'm so like sort of overcautious with trying to make sure my magnet never ever moves. 2 different types of glue, washi tape, paper. Yeah, it's like a little bit of paranoia must be going on, isn't it, for me to be doing all that. But it does help, that, because you don't want it coming undone and falling out, and then you can't get to the place to put it back without taking the whole thing apart. And this is going to be sewed into a signature, so the last thing you want to do is have it go wrong, and then all your hard work is just gone, you know. And no one wants that, do they? Come on. I keep sticking it to myself and not the page or the card. Right. Okay, we'll leave that like that a second and grab our bit of paper that we're going to stick right over it. And then we can proper smush it down with our fingers, because they'll be well out of the way. And yeah, you could never do this with those sheet magnets. I mean, you can use them, but if you want to put anything in your pockets and that, they're never gonna close. They're just not built for that, you know. Whereas these, as you saw, I had the whole stack of papers. Well, and it's not papers, it's card. This is the only things that are paper. And it held the whole lot, didn't it? You know? And there's not... You wouldn't get a sheet magnet that works like that. So, there's our other pocket. And you'll see, although this gives a really nice result and looks like you've really done complicated stuff, you'll see it's so easy. If I can do it, anyone can. Because yeah, I'm not a complicated kind of person, like doing, well, I am a complicated person, like for doing complicated kind of things, you know, projects. I don't want it to be really, really difficult. And so, yeah, I just don't do anything that's like major calculations and whatnot. Right, come and you really got to hold it there where the bump is, where the magnet is, to get that nice. No, I need a little bit more glue in there. I've obviously missed just at that bit, the crucial bit where I needed it most. Right. And I'm all sticky. Oh, can you see all the webs coming off of me? I don't want all this glue. I've got glossy accents on me as well. That's it. I just hold this while I'm trying to look. Glossy accents makes it all go terrible. I can peel off 3 in 1. But, right, that is done. But, yeah, I'm just going to try and get this off. Right, so we're all sealed in there, right? So then we've got our inner bases, right? Because you could put the magnet in here, right? But these magnets are so strong it'll rip through paper like this to stick to its mate, right? So we need these, and so what I'm going to do is put that shut a minute. And pick it up with our magnet, right? So we know that that's where the other one needs to be. So I'm going to move that. I didn't do it, did I? Hang on. There. That's the best way to do it, yeah. That is where we need our magnet to go, right? So I'm going to do the same thing again. Watch me get stuck up to the eyeballs. Right. But it really does hold it. Right, let's find me other tape. And oh, I'm at the end of this one. I'll have to grab another one in a second, but this one will do for now because these bits are long. Right. Oh, and I want some other glue, don't I? Just for the washi. Right, we put a bit that side and that side, because this is only a little bit. And I ain't going to go as mad because I've got the cardstock going right on top of this. Because like I said, paper won't cut it. It'll just rip right through. That's why I've not used a thinner paper for there, like what I've covered it with. Right, that is fine. And our inner can go on in a sec. We'll do the other one. Right, where is that? Oh. Yeah, there. Right, oh, make sure it's not too near the other one, because it'll just mangle trying to get to it. Moved it a tad, that's it. And we want a bit of washi. Oh, we want a bit of other glue. And a bit under there, or around there. Right, and I'll just grab another bit of washi, which there's some right here. To cover that, put a bit of glue down. And I'll put a bit on this one again. And get that on there. Right, so we've got our magnets in place, and now we can stick our base right down, and so that this is not compromised at all, this is being stuck down firmly. There's going to be no what's it called, no opening up there. We have got the opening from the top of the envelope anyway, so let's just see if I've got the right bits. I have. Where's the other one? Here. And that, is that the way up or that way? That way, I think, is the one that fits. Let's double check with this one. No, yeah, that way. Right. And then we can get them down. So we want a lot of glue all around the edge. And remember, there's going to be that lump, so we've got to really get the edges well sealed, especially around there. And oh yeah, it's not really not complicated at all, like I said, because I can do it. Otherwise, it's got to be that way, isn't it? Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, if it was too complicated, this wouldn't be happening. And yeah, you know how well this glue sticks, so I'm really just concentrating up here in this corner, because the rest will work itself out. And you won't see this lump in the end, because we're going to be decorated. There's something going to be going over that, and so yeah, it'd be lovely. I don't know if that sheet magnet, if you can buy that really much stronger. If you could, I'd love it, really would. But I haven't been able to find it. Every time I've tried lots of different brands and that, they always seem rubbish. Right. I'm still closing all right. And we'll do this side. And nice lot of glue. I haven't gone along that edge properly. And yeah, just hold it down. Get a nice seal. So, what have you all been doing? Hope you've been crafting and having fun. I've been getting as much done as I can, working on my journal. I wanted to film earlier while I was working on some other bits, but I was listening out for the door and that, and so I had to have the door open, otherwise I won't hear my deliveries. You see, so already we've got, although that's quite chunky, these are going to be nowhere near each other in the book, so they won't seem as chunky as what it does now. You'll only got that chunkiness, because it's going to be far away from the other one once it's sewn into the book. So that is majority of it done. Right, now we've got our white envelope outers, which go here and here, and right, I wanted before that though, where's my inners, or did I just cut them up? No, yeah, I want these going inside, right? Oh, look at my scissors. That's the only trouble. These magnets are really strong. My scissors was just hanging off the end. I'm going to stick these in these pockets so that when I cut a little nick out of it, there's a nice paper rather than just white paper. Right, so I've inked all round, and they're just gonna go in, sit in here. I want to bring it up flush to the top, and the same over here, and then, right, is that too close to the middle? Findlay, yeah, I want that a bit further over that way. Oh, and now I want it up a bit. Right, so we just want them flush at the top, and then once you've got them in position, just pop your glue in. And then push your lining paper down, making sure that you are flush at the top, because that's the only reason I want it, is when I cut a little dink out of them, that I've got nice paper showing instead of the boring white from my mailing envelope. Right, so it'll be there. And yeah, just try and get the glue down so it'll firmly hold your paper, so that when you're sliding things in and out of this back pocket, nothing's going to move. And I'm just holding that down for a minute. I look like I might lunatic, don't I? But that's it. So I've got my line in there, and then I'm going to stick on my outers like that and that, covering up our bits of envelope and whatnot. And remember, you're working away, trying to leave your centre with not too much bulk. And so I'm sticking it on before I cut my little dink out, because I want it out of my white envelope and this piece of paper or cardstock. Oh look, it's picked up a lodger. Right, get on there and lining up with the score mark on your little door. That's nice. And we're getting there. There's not much more to do really. Like I said, if you got to do it, just watch the beginning of where I say how many bits you need, and then sit and cut them all out, do all your inking and everything all in one go. The only bit I'm going to have to ink is when I cut these little dinks out in a minute. But yeah, if you do all that all in one go, and that, it sort of takes a lot of the hard work out of it, because then you can sit down, do that while you're having like a cup of tea or whatever, and then when it comes to assembling it, it's not a mission at all. It's like pretty much easy, just like putting a puzzle together. Right, so I want my little round punch. Okay. Oh, right. What have I done with it? I've just done it. Here it is. I must have dropped it on the floor. Well, I did drop it on the floor because it was next to my feet. Right. So, oh yeah, I did change it round that way. What am I doing, silly woman? I just need to sort of kind of get it centre. And the same over here. That's it, them bits are out the way. Let's put that back. So I just want to ink in there. Same over here. And And then yeah, we've just got our little finger hole for our bits and bobs that we can now put in those pockets. So now let's come back round here and start finishing off the rest of our little puzzle. Right, small envelope outers. So there we are with them. And I made these just a bit smaller so that there's like a little border around. And right, I've got unicorns all over the place where I'm peeling them off as I go along. Right, let's go over there. If I stick them to one another, they won't get stuck to me. Right, yeah, it's definitely that way. And so you see, you end up with something that looks like it was a lot more difficult than it actually was. Well, that's what I think anyway. And yeah, if anyone sees flat magnets that are really strong, or like sheet magnet, but it says extra strength or anything, because that's what these magnets are, extra strength magnets, craft magnets. I think I got them on Amazon, and yeah, they wasn't expensive at all, and you get a big stack of them. I've had them ages, but yeah, if you see sheet magnets that say they're extra strength, please let me know, because I would love, you wouldn't have none of this bulk at all, would you? That's why I originally bought sheet magnets before I even used to store my dies on them. So I used to store my dies in DVD cases, but and then I bought sheet magnet for those, and then I bought other sheet magnet thinking I could use it for these sort of things, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. It just was no good at all. Right, so that's our outer pocket all done. Small envelope inner. There we are. These ones. Oh, it looks a bit wide. Hang on. Is it round the wrong way? No. I might have to take a little smidgen off of that one. That one fits perfect. This one looks a little tiny bit too big. So I'm going to take the tiniest sliver off. If I can take the tiniest sliver off. Yeah. Don't you hate it when sometimes you go to do that on a piece of paper, and then instead of cutting through it like butter, like that one just did, it sort of munches it and screws it all up and ruins what you're doing. Oh, I hate that. Right. That's better. And did I want, I'm just thinking, yeah, small envelope lining. I did do the same. Right, so I'm going to put my linings in before I stick those on. So I want to be up the other way. And I'm going to do the same as before, get them in position first. Before I put any glue on. Yeah, that is perfect. So I'll just get some glue down from the bottom. Oh, come on. I'm coming upwards. And just press it down. Try not to rip your envelope. And then I'll do the same over here. Right. Sorry, I went all a bit quiet then, didn't I? Trying to get it all in position. I bet it's the first time you've ever heard silence watching my channel, the way I have it. But yeah, I like to keep up a little running commentary, don't I, of what I'm doing and that. My life's like that. But yeah, I went all a bit silent then because I was so concentrating. Right, so we've got our little envelope inners that there and here. Perfect. Oh, can you hear the fireworks in the background? People must have some over from bonfire night. Got a few left. Oh yeah, I was thinking, am I sticking the right way? But yeah, I did want this bit upwards. I just had a little panic then when I saw the dots. But yeah, these papers are from a lovely, lovely paper pack from the works called Romantic Escape, and it was £3. £3 for a big double-sided paper pad. I know you've heard me say before about my £3 paper pads that I get from the works, but yeah, this one's lovely, really lovely. It's gorgeous for like the project I'm doing at the moment. And £3, can't go wrong, can you? And because I like it so much, even though like it's in a different style to what I normally have, because I love it so much, I'm using it left, right and centre. So I'll be run out before you know it. I'll have to buy another one. But for £3 you just can't go wrong, can you? And it's beautiful, beautiful paper, isn't it? Right. I'll turn these up the other way just to get me little... This is going to be a bit more tricky in here, but that'll do. So you don't have to bother with doing the lining and that, you know, but I just think it's a little bit nicer. I might do it a little bit deeper and go in with that one a bit deeper if I can. Yeah, that should be a half circle, yeah. That's what I didn't do, because you've got a little arrow there so you can see where it's an half circle. Right, I've got that central and I've done it just over half. That's it. And you see, so it just makes it a little bit nicer than just seeing the plain of the pocket, and then just easily you can get in with a little a little round one. It's just a piece of cake getting in here. I don't know why I haven't got one out, a little round one, but I didn't. Right, so where are we now? Oh, we're almost at the end, loves. Right, what we've got our small envelope in a pocket, which is going to go there and there, and that's lovely. I like that. I might even cut a little semicircle out of that just to be a little like what's it called, the word when you're keeping it in the same sort of vein, sort of like coordinating, but I don't think that's the word I was thinking of, but never mind. You see? Yeah. That's it, nice. And we'll do that one. Yeah. And just get that in there. And see, we're coming to the end now. And so it's not been difficult at all, has it? Look at the state of the glue. The glue, Jesus. Right. That's better. The glue looked like it was growing like an elephant man head. Oh, that's a terrible thing to say. What a terrible analogy. But it was like just a weird, let's say Mr. Blobby or something. Not what I first said. I do apologise. Sometimes my mouth works before my brain. I do apologise. What a donut. Hey, what a wally. and put that there. And then finally, we've got our Tim Holtz pockets that are going to go there and there. So I can get rid of all my little unicorns. Because we made it, loves. We're at the final thing. And yeah, we're just, right, we want to go all around the 4 sides. Oh, don't fall over, that's it. And you see, once it all comes together, the lumpy bit there, like pretty much is camouflaged, isn't it, you know? Just so easy to do. And like I said, I'll show you in a sec, if you ain't got magnets, make one anyway, because you can do it with altered paper clip, an altered bobby pin to hold it shut, anything like that. You could even, let's have a look at where you would tie a closure. What you could do, right, if you don't want to do using something like this to hold it, right, you could, before you stick this, the inner cover down, large envelope inner, I called it, like, so I labelled them all, didn't I, so it was easy, right? So big envelope inner, before you stuck that down, you could put a bit of ribbon under here, like a bit of sari silk, and you could attach the other bit to here, so that once it's like that, you tie them, you know. Or there's endless possibilities that you could do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets, and then all these. We've also got these nice little side pockets, and then we've got no magnet on there. We don't need to, because this just, once it goes over, you see, it's all nice and held shut, and then that will be sewn into a signature. And we've also got a pocket here and a pocket here. And to sew, what I do is, instead of sewing it in that way where it's all quite bunchy, once you've made it all, if you close it like that and then it's sewn into the signature, as you're opening your pages, you'll come to this one and it's all like this. And then you'll turn it over and you've got a pocket on the back. And then your pages go on and on and on. And then you've got that again. And so you're really not getting the bulk close together, you know. They'll be really spread out. And yeah, I just think it's simple and it looks lovely. And then you can zhuzh this up any way you like, with trims and what have you, you know, and fill up all these pockets with all your gorgeous bits and bobs. And yeah, you've got ephemera galore all inside the journal, and whoever's got it can take it out, put it where they want, fill it with their own pieces. And yeah, you can hide little secret notes and that, you know. It's just a really fun, nice pocket. So I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's cool, and I love doing things like this actually, and I think it does give the effect of being a lot more complicated and mysterious than what it actually is, because it's a piece of cake, isn't it? So, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this one and like these lovely little pockets and that. And I'll be back with something very soon. Thank you ever so much. I love you all loads, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye bye, loves. Bye.